Hey guys, I'm back again with another video. This week I'll be showing you my witch farm. Yes, I finally finished my witch farm project. I've been building this thing in, the last 3 weeks in my Let's Play series, and it's finally done. Today I'm going to be giving you a tour around, explaining how everything works, and then we're going to give it a run at the end of the video. So let's just jump straight into it, shall we? Okay, so I think we should start on the spawning pads and work our way out from there. Okay, so originally back right before anything was here was a witch hut. Now I've built the spawning pads just on the witch hut here, and as you can see, it's a shifting floor design. So what actually happens is witches would spawn on these slabs. Only witches can spawn here, by the way, and then these pistons would push the entire floor to one side, and these pistons would push the floor back to the other, allowing the witches to glitch through the floor, go to our canal system. So that's a pretty basic spawning, and yeah, it's a pretty basic spawning system. Yeah, so as you may have noticed, we are actually standing on a ton of half slabs. Now, when you're building your own witch farm, you must light everything up, or you must dig everything out and fill it up with water, or you must flood everything, or you must half slab everything. It's to prevent mobs spawning on the outside of your farm. You want witches to spawn in your farm, and you're not going to get that if you don't do one of those 3 things: flood or light or half slab. Now I went with half slabbing, as you can see, a ton of half slabbing. So it's 128 blocks in each direction from the edge, so 128, 128, 128. Every direction I went more than 128 blocks. When I was building this thing, I actually lost count a lot of the time. So, you know, when I was going 1, 2, 3, 4, placing all these half slabs, and you know, I went to 128, around about 120 or so, I'd lose count and forget, or I'd be interrupted by someone talking to me over vent and lose count. So I'd actually add another 10 to 20 blocks onto it. So this giant square of half slab is not really squared, it's out of shape, you know. It might be an extra 4 on one and more 10 or 20. I don't know. Yeah, so just say a minimum of 128 blocks, it is done. So yeah, and I did it all legitly. It took around 6 days, and yeah, as I was doing it, I was taking screenshots, and I was also recording myself on Fraps, so I got like over 70 hours or something of me placing half slabs. It's just ridiculous amount of data of just the video files that I have on me half slabbing everything. So the forest, there was a forest here, which was kind of difficult, so I had to burn and TNT everything and dig the rest out by hand. And then probably the rest of the swamp was just pretty much a swamp, so it's quite easy laying the half slabs over the top of the water. It's just when you hit mountains and such and you have to dig or blow them up, yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the butt. So yeah. Also, another key thing to having a really good witch farm is your caving. You must have a lot of caves lit up. Now I have this X-ray machine over here, which I can show you. So we'll jump into one of these holes here, press the button, and as you can see, I have gone crazy with the torches. Now what I would do is find a cave that you want to hit, and I would just guesstimate, try to get over the top of it and dig straight down. And as you can see, I've done that a lot of times. It's a hit and a miss, because look, I missed that one there by a long shot. And they're all over the place. You can see pillars far and right over there, and yeah, I've gone absolutely crazy. No, that is not a dark cave. That's actually water flowing down there, so nothing would spawn in there, don't worry. So that's how I did the cave system. That took roughly 2 days? 2 or 3 days? I forgot. I think it was 2 days. It was a lot of caving. But out of a lot of caving come a lot of resources, because as you know, caves are pretty good for resources. Let's get the canal system over and done with now. Oh, and the lights. You've probably noticed the lights. Yes, you can turn them off and on in the control panel. Someone's probably like, oh, why have you got that all lit up? You know, they're not going to spawn, man. And yes, no, you can turn that off. Don't worry about it. So, okay, so let me explain what happens. Okay, the witches drop in here, go down the canal, and stock standard would go up this big arc that I've built, and they would be dropped 29 blocks, which would 100% kill them. And you would be standing inside the room, nice and safe, collecting their loot. Or you could hit a switch inside the control panel room, and it would actually extend the piston here and drop this piston down, which would change the water's direction. So instead of going to get dropped down to be killed, it can go to the Nether to be stored. It's like another feature added to the farm. So you can store these witches in an unloaded chunk and let them build up. Say, whoa, 700 of them. Yes, we'll do that at the end of the video. We'll let them build up to like 700 of them. We'll kill them at once. But yeah, you can do that. And yeah, well, and on the other side of that portal is another little killing part, which we'll get to later. For my Let's Play people that's watched me build this thing, you may notice on the other side of the portal here, I've got like a mob elevator bringing the mobs up and back into the canal system. Now, I'll explain that to you guys because you're probably going to ask, is when I was doing some AFK test running, I did a lot of testing with this farm, the pigman would actually spawn, and it actually clogs up the machine. Like I had like 5 pigmen after quite a few hours of AFKing. I don't know. I left it on for quite a few hours to see if I can get some glowstone to finish off the farm, and I noticed they were clogging up the machine and they wouldn't go back in the portal because they were just sitting along this. So what I did is dug out the opposite side of the portal, made another mob elevator, and made them come back into the mainstream to be recycled. So if you've got it set to the drop, well then you're going to have pigman dropping, so you'll have the occasional gold nugget. But if you got it set back to the thing, so the pigman will occasionally get sucked back into the nether portal and back down to the other killing site that we have. So technically you get some gold as well. Okay, so I think that covers the canal system that I've got. Let's head off inside the control panel room, and I'll explain exactly what all the switches do. Okay, so we'll start here. This is just a view so you can watch the witches go up and then be dropped. Splat. And you just stand here and collect the loot. Okay, so the first switch here is a hold button. This hold button actually activates a piston on top there, which would hold the witches up there for you, and you can let them build up for a little bit, then unswitch it, and then they'll drop down at once, and give you, I don't know, it's just another feature added. I thought I'd add it. And this here controls the water, which obviously up is the drop and down is the nether, and here is obviously the lights, and I'll switch them on and off for you. So off, turns off all the lights, on. Pretty basic. I thought I'd just add another feature to the farm, and plus it makes shooting this video a lot easier. That's what I thought anyway. So we'll leave those lights on for now. And over here we have a shifting floor on and off, and we have a pulse. So once you turn that switch on and press the pulse, the floors will be on a constant loop, moving back and forwards, dropping the witches down. And to turn it off, you just hit the switch to off. It's pretty basic. Okay, so let's go down to the storage area where I store all the stuff, and I'll tell you what they exactly drop. So pretty basic storage, nothing hugely fancy. Oh, wrong chest, that's my junk chest. Okay, so they drop redstone, they drop sugar, they drop gunpowder, they drop sticks, they drop bottles, they drop glowstone, and they drop spider eyes. So technically you could say, oh, I have a dust farm, and you have a stick farm, and you have a glass bottle farm, and you have a gunpowder farm. It's a really good farm to have. It did take quite a while to build, but it does take a good amount of time to build a good decent farm. So alright, so I think we should hit the lights, turn it off, and we should put it on hard, because farm is actually designed for hard, and just for this video I had it on peaceful, so we didn't have any interruptions or anything. Okay, so we got 1 spawn so far. 2, 3. Oh, there we go. We got a dozen spawn. Look at all that on the top pad. Got nothing on the bottom pad. Well, we better turn it on, man. They're going to push each other off in a second. Okay, so I think we should turn it on. So, yes, we'll have it drop for now. Hit it. Turn it on. Alright. There we go. Don't worry about those ones that haven't fallen down. They will eventually come to their senses and come to be get taken to be slaughtered. So as you can see, we got a bunch of witches already. So once they hit around where I'm standing, a bunch more will spawn. So it'll be a pretty much constant float. It fluctuates. See, we got a bunch just spawning there, a bunch going into the canals. Okay, so as you can see they're really freaky looking. And they will get taken right up to be dropped. Crazy. So look, see, another bunch of witches and another bunch of witches. It is a decent amount of witches. It's quite a decent amount. I think it's very efficient. Okay, so bottle. Sticks. So yeah, all you have to do is just sit here AFK and collect the loot, really. So yeah, that's nice and quick. And as I said, you can hit the hold button, and once it turns on, which it has, you can see the piston extended. It will hold the mobs up there for a little bit, and then you can unpress it and it'll turn off and they'll all come down. And yeah, so see, we're getting a decent amount of loot. Okay, so yep, see, they're still spawning, they're still coming. It's a constant flow, really. That chick's gone crazy, look at her. Yeah, so yeah, you can sit here AFK for a while or whatever you want to do. I think we should change the canal direction. So now they should be sent to the Nether, to our other killing factory, to be built up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, obviously these guys are finishing off what's left in the system over here, but as you can see, look, see, they're getting sucked into the portal, which is good. And more should spawn shortly, but let's go outside for a sec. So here we go. So the witches will come down here and turn into the other, into the portal canal system. So change. So works perfectly. Look at them all. We're standing in within the 24 block radius, and we're still getting a decent amount of spawns. You're meant to be standing 24 blocks and out. This is the 24 block mark here. So yeah, I think it works really, really well. So okay, let's so pretty much on the other side of the portal's just another drop with a piston switch. So what I'm going to do is go back behind this line so we get our efficiency back, which I don't think it really matters because look how many is spawning still, it's going crazy. So we'll stand AFK behind this line, or in this room, get all this loot that's here, and I think we should let them build up. Let's let them build up. Yeah, alright. So we're going to let them, I'm going to wait what? It's going to take what? An hour to let them build up to about 700 mobs in the Nether, and we're going to go kill them all at once and see what happens. My inventory is pretty empty, as you can see, because I emptied it out before we shot the video. We want to try fill this inventory up in one go. That would be lovely. See, look at them all. There's just tons of them. I think this farm turned out better than I expected. Alright, so I'm going AFK. I'll be back soon. Alrighty guys, it's just been over an hour and I've just had lunch and it's been building up all this time. For some reason we have a witch just jammed there. I've noticed a few things. You do get the occasional jam up in the stream because sometimes there is a big flow of witches which would jam the canal system up. So maybe in the future I will open the canal system up wider. I'm not sure. I will figure something out later, but it pretty much unjams itself in a few minutes. But yeah, it's not good, so I got to take care of that later on, but it's working for now. As you can see, there's just tons of witches coming down. So let's head out back to the... I'll turn everything off first, so hit that and get some lights back on. Okay, so we'll head off now, but we'll head back to the Nether and I will show you. Well, okay, first off, before we jump through the portal, I must apologize in advance. It's probably going to get extremely laggy because there's like 600 plus mobs on the other side of this portal jammed together, so I'm just giving you a heads up. I might have to show you around after we've killed them all. Obviously, it was just really a simple drop room, really. That's all that's back here. So let's head back there. And again, I apologize for the frames. Here we go. Whoa, far out. This is not good. Well, speeding up a little bit there. Oh. Okay. So as I was saying, it's pretty much just a really simple drop room. We've got one portal on one side and the mob portal on the other side. They drop down into this... Oh, this is nasty lag. Let me see. Yeah, 6 frames a second right now is just extremely bad. So yeah, they drop down and they just build up, really. And we're going to go hit a switch and they're going to all drop down to their death. So I've got to do that because this lag is intense. This is awesome. So down we go. Whoop, navigating with lag. Alright, we can get rid of F3 now. Okay, so it's pretty much a simple button. You press the button here, which would open the pistons at the top, and they'll all fall to their death. I'll move out of the way as quick as I can. Alright, here they come. Whoa! Alright. Sweet. I hope that wasn't too loud for you guys. Whoa! Almost a full inventory. That's pretty cool. So, there we go. And that, well, my frames has gone right back up now. Whew. So we hit the button, closes the doors at the top again, and we can head back up. So, yeah, as I was saying, it's a pretty basic facility on this end. It's not very impressive or anything. You know, all the work went into the main witch farm. This is just really another feature, an added feature to the farm. And, yeah. Ooh, she looks nasty. So, yeah, no, 2 portals. Little baby room, storage room, where they all get stored. We've got this here, this ladder here. Goes back into the ceiling, so you've got access to the Nether hub, and, you know, you can get to the XP farm, or back home, or mob farm, or whatever. This just goes out. Okay, so let's head back to the witch farm. Alright, so we're back at the witch farm. And we're going to wrap this up. So, the world save is going to be updated. Is on my right hand... on my channel on the right hand side next to my Facebook link. Also, it should be in the description below. You guys can come play around, but just a warning, this farm is subject to change in the future. You know, adjustments, make stuff better and so on. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed already. And we'll catch you all later and we'll get something started in a few days time. Alright, catch us.